Take 3. Good morning from the Pea Patch Farm. This is Chester Pritchett. In January, I kicked my campaign off for Lieutenant Governor of this state as I retire from, or at least leave the sheriff's office in St. Helena, where I'm the chief criminal deputy. And I'm going to run for Lieutenant Governor to do away with the office, because it's nothing but a joke. And to show how I feel about it, I've got here's Billy. Billy was born in 1986. He's 36 years old, and he represents the purple Kool-Aid that everybody has been drinking all these years. It was 1986. It was started by the Democrats and hijacked by the Republicans in 2011 under Bobby Jindal. And now we've got an entrenched politician there that's just got millions of dollars, and he bleeds all these PACs. It's almost 2,000 of them that contribute to these campaigns, these politicians, and keep them going. The poor man can't do that. Poor man's got to scratch and get his. Well, I'm one of those poor men, and I'm going to do it because I'm 72 years old. I'm shuffling out the door, and I'm going to take some pot-gutted politician with me. I'm going to do away with this office. We're going to save the state of Louisiana $7 million. They can open the toll bridges or whatever they want to do with it. I don't care, because I'm sure they're going to find a way to waste it once we get him out of office. But I've got a website we're putting up, and I'm going to be selling some items on there to help my little campaign. I've got these toothpicks. This is a Country Boy toothpick. This is one of mine, and they're very effective. Only the country boys will know what this is all about, and I don't dwell on it, but they're there. And then I'm going to have these campaign buttons, which I'm adopting this one from I Ain't Crazy. Vote for Uncle Earl. Well, Uncle Earl's been dead since September of 1960, but I'm going to give him one more shot, and I'm going to take this campaign is going to be one of the old style like he did back in those days. He got elected governor with very little, congressman back in those days. But in addition to the crazy buttons, we're going to have a free cookbook. Get up there, and there's about 14 pages of recipes that I've used over the years for various politicians. I was always a grunt in the background doing the cooking, me and a few other guys. I think we had 14 people on the cooking committee in one of Sheriff Larison's campaigns that I'd worked for. I'd worked for Frank Edwards for 7 years. I worked for Eddie Larison for 20 years. And I've worked for Sheriff Nat Williams over 11 years. And done a lot of cooking during that time. A lot of wash pots. Coming and going. But I've gotten too old to fight those wash pots, although I love doing it. I've got some stomped down good recipes that you'll enjoy. But the main thing is, remember this old boy here. This is Uncle Billy, and he's represents the purple Kool-Aid that's being sold throughout the state for the past 32 years. And don't buy it. If you like the guy in that, vote for him. I don't care. I'm not going after individual voters. I'm putting out a message that will appeal to those that's left at home, that sees the truth and what it is. Every time he comes to town, all these tourist commissions and these assessors and clerks of court, they run, go up there, go take a picture with him. Look who they are. What we need is not vote for the incumbents the first primary. Just say no. Tell me what it is you stand for. Now, I'm voting for you every time, and what the heck is it you mean? The legislators, there's 20 of them, won't vote yes on nothing. They all need to have to shake them like this. Shake them like Billy. Shake them. Yeah, quit it. And then you make them tell you, well, do you believe in this? You believe in that? Ask your senator or your representative. If this Pritchett fella gets in the second primary, you're gonna help him. And he gets to where he needs to. Legislation necessary to do away with the Lieutenant Governor's office. Are you gonna do that? Are you gonna support his move to get a constitutional convention to straighten this state out, so we won't have all these darn special sessions just to keep the government alive. Well, that's part of what I want to do. Now, on my website, we got that free cookbook. It's going to be called the Louisiana Progress, after Huey Long. It's what Huey Long's newspaper he put up because he couldn't get his message out regular media. It's kind of like this insane genius we got as president. He knows how to play the media, and he ain't got none of them. None of them will tell it like he wants it. Well, it's not supposed to be told like he wants it. We're supposed to be able to get enough opinions, but the bulk of it is one-sided. So anyway, this Louisiana Progress was in Huey's newspaper. I'm gonna put a modern day spin on it and have it as a website where you can look up the stuff I propose and maybe participate and buy some of these things. Now I'm opinionated, but there's one opinion I've got that's steadfast, and that's doing away with the Lieutenant Governor's office. When your legislator comes time to vote for him, don't him or her. Wait a minute. I like you. You've done a pretty good job. But now, let's talk about this. There's been some shenanigans in the legislature in the last 4 to 8 years that you need to just think about some of this stuff. How you're hurting the state of Louisiana. We've defunded education to where, they can't spell cat, and cat's with a K. Now, back to the website. Besides the free cookbook, I got 2 books that I've written over the years, back as far as 1997. One of them's called Exit 28, The Case of the Hooded Shooter, and it dealt with my Exit 28 is on Interstate 55 down around Hammond. It's where my office as Chief of Detectives was when I was a major at the Sheriff's Office of Tangipahoa Parish, and we solved, I would average maybe 10, 12 homicides a year, and another 10 or 12 violent death and accidental death deaths that we had to investigate, make sure there's no foul play, or even suicides. That to surprise you about the number of suicides. It's hard for me to talk about it in my family situation, but the past 2 years have been pretty tough on everybody, so let's just leave it at that. But here we go with Exit 28. That's the hooded shooter. That has to do with Sarah Edmondson and the late Miss Patsy Byers. It was a victim in the crime, and how we solved it and all the mechanics of it, and using the national media, and finding out that the perpetrator happened to be the granddaughter of the former governor of Oklahoma. And it happened at the same time of Waco and those bombings and stuff that killed all the people up in Oklahoma. And it was quite a deal. Smiling Acres is a case that took place. I named it after the road that it started on, and it involved the first time DNA and bite mark. Bite mark, when somebody bites somebody, leaves a mark on them. That's a specific science, and there's people that specialize in that, like fingerprints. And it's just one more tool that law enforcement uses to solve crimes. And this was the first crime in the state that was, we used bite mark and DNA to solve it. Now those books are available. I'm gonna have links so you can get on the website and order them through Amazon, and Author House is where my publishing is, up in Illinois. And my post office box is Post Office Box 3. I tried to get 1, but it was a little box was so small I couldn't get a letter in it. So I got number 3, and that's going to be my mailing address, Greensburg, Louisiana 70441, and that's where we're going to be operating out of. Anything you want to know about me is in these books. Before my high dollar opponent, the incumbent, gets about researching me and telling what a terrible person I am, you don't have to go to all that. Pay them $500 hour investigators. Just go buy one of my books. If you're not too stingy to buy one of my books. It tells you every time I cried, from 1985 on. The tough life of being an investigator, being a homicide investigator, being a detective, dealing with the public on a daily basis. I'll be 72 years old in January, and I'm gonna be shuffling off, but I'm gonna have fun doing it. I like going around the state. I enjoy pulling that boat. Me and my little buddy, my rescue dog, Roscoe Bobo, are gonna be traveling the state and saying hello to a lot of folks. So to my next broadcast, this is where it's gonna be, down here in Florida Parishes, Greensburg, Louisiana. And this is Chester Pritchett, and me and little Billy. Bye.